Left back for me, I had the first pick in this one, and I kind of knocked this one out of the park. I don't think I swung and missed on any of them. So Kai Wagner first, my highest scorer, 188. Uh, Always a consistent high attacking return left back, really great. The second pick, John Tolkien. What a pick! What a pick! 169 points. Nice. Great attacking return for the youngster out of RBNY who's going to win their playoff game tonight. You're really, really came into his own as an attacking player this year. So great return for him. Dan Lovitz at 153 points, a really good return for a solid Nashville team. Nuhu and Andrew Gutman were 4 and 5, both around the 120, 125 mark. Again, just good returns. Gutman went from a high attacking Atlanta team to a nightmare of a Colorado situation. So I'm assuming he might drop down my list next year, but we'll see.
Yeah, I've figured out the strategy for the fullbacks. If we're basing it off of this, forget defense. Just go get an attacking fullback. That's clearly the strategy because your top three picks are like good attacking fullbacks. But we both agreed that Kai Wagner was definitely not the best left back this year. But, top rated, probably top rated in fantasy points because he gets forward. I went with Diego Palacios, Claudio Bravo, DeJuan Jones, Andrew Brody, and Raheem Edwards, who I think in fairness, I think all of them played pretty much the whole season. I think all of our picks did, which is
They
kind of
did.
impressive. It
Yeah.
is pretty impressive. Palacios was my highest at 160. I think we both talked about him as being one of the best left backs in the league this year. I think you had him in your first team. I had him in my second. So
Yep.
my lowest was Raheem Edwards, who got a lot of game time this year, but wasn't as consistent of a starter and was also a part of a pretty rough Galaxy team this year. So he only finished on 104 points.
Yeah, this was a really good section for both of us. I think, and again, I in the way the fantasy points are laid out, it's only excuse me, it's only defenders, so you can't pick and choose like, oh, who are the best left backs and such like that. But you have your rankings there. I don't know if you have people who we might have missed, but I'll start off with the averages of 151 for me and 129.8 for you. That makes the defensive line, so the goalkeeper, right back, center back, left back, the average is 124.1 to me and 123.45 to you. So with the left backs, I've overtaken you, which puts me in a really good spot.
I don't really think we missed anybody. Honestly, in terms of rankings for guys that played at least 10 appearances at left back, we had the top six rated drafted.
Nice.
So we
Players
did a
in the
pretty good job.
players in the fantasy world, and I think one of them is a um one of them was tough because we didn't know quite where to put him. The top scorer by a large margin was Alvaro Barreal, and we didn't have a right back. We didn't have a right back. We didn't have a right mid, and that's because of the way we analyze things, I think. Surprise pick Jackson Reagan, 199 point, fourth highest rated defender out of Seattle. So um, whenever Yamar decides that his time is done, they are in good hands with Jackson Reagan. Rodriguez, as we mentioned, was basically Nathan just flip flopped. Richie Larea, 182 points for both Vancouver and Toronto. Justin Galad with 180 points out of RSL. Jack Mayer, 172 points and one total doxing. So he has tons of good stats to work off of. Um, and then kind of to finish up the top like 20 here is Veselinovic out of Vancouver, 168 points. So we did get a good amount of the top group. Um, but yeah, not too bad out of us for sure.
Yeah.